Welcome to another Sip and Chat. I'm your hostess with the mostess, Lauren Kit Carter, and I'm here today with Jack Griffo.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi. And Sterling Beaumon.
How's it going?
Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Sure.
Individually?
Sure. We'll save the best for last. I'll go first. My name is Jack Griffo, and I'm an actor and musician, and I'm in Vegas, baby.
What's up? I'm Sterling Beaumon. I'm an actor and producer. And
You might have to talk a little louder.
We're here in Vegas.
What do you guys have plans? You just out?
Big plans.
Big plans. Knights game tonight. We're excited.
Ooh, are you
We're
Knights
excited.
fans or just like to go to the game?
I love hockey.
Oh.
No, Jack. I took Jack to a Stanley Cup party last night for the Knights, and in a group of a bunch of hockey guys, we were talking about hockey, and they were trying to convince him.
They were asking me, like, "Why don't you play? Like, you should play. Like, let's get you on the ice. Let's play." And yeah, then you can go ahead.
He just to this group of hockey guys was like, "I don't like hockey," and everyone just went. And I was like, Jack,
shut up.
Read the room, buddy.
Yeah, I could have said it.
I think the Stanley Cup is at. I live at a place called Southern Highlands, and it's that big ass silver thing, right?
I think so.
It's in
like
our. It's in our.
Yeah, they probably have a replica there after they won.
No, it's the real one. It's a real thing. I think it's on a tour. Like it goes and visits places.
It does visit places. Yeah.
I just saw it yesterday. That's what that was.
You saw it yesterday?
We saw it.
It was in LA yesterday too.
Dude, they're fooling us, bro. They have a bunch of
No,
them.
they don't.
They have a bunch
There's
of those bitches,
one
bro.
Stanley Cup,
Yes,
I promise
No,
you
yeah.
this.
Dude.
Or
There's
well, it's
and
not
there's
that
a
long
keeper
of
of
a
the cup
flight.
and the whole
Maybe
thing.
it was there
Yeah,
in
it
the morning
could've
for our
been. It
golf
could've been.
tournament, and then they flew it out because it was for a charity. event.
That actually sounds about accurate.
That
for the
cup's
Stanley
getting
Cup.
miles, man.
It logs
That cup
more.
can work,
It
it's
logs
not
so
on
many
strike.
miles. It's wild. It is not on strike. Neither are the interim agreements.
Speaking of, can we talk about some projects you guys are working on or coming out?
Of course, you go first, bro.
Yeah, I have a film that's coming out November 10th in theaters, and then on digital November 14th, called Your Lucky Day.
Your Lucky Day?
Your Lucky Day. It's a really fun crime action thriller, starring Angus Cloud. R.I.P. But great kid.
Awesome. And where can they see that?
I'm not exactly sure what
bought it
theaters.
yet?
No, I know who bought it. It's Well Go Entertainment's the distributor.
Will it be a limited
but
release, or
it'll be a limited release. So I don't know exactly what theaters it will be in, but I'm sure the major cities. And 4 days later, it'll be on digital, so you can go get it on Apple or Amazon or
Cool.
wherever you rent or buy your movies.
Will you guys be able to do a premiere for that or no?
Yeah, actually. So we have an interim agreement for publicity, as well as other projects have. You can get an interim agreement to where you can work and promote a project that isn't associated and has a positive standing with the union.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I just shot a couple of indies this summer, actually. One was called Grizzly Night, and it's a true story about a bear attack that happened in the 60s. And so it was really cool to play a real person for the first time in my career.
Did you meet the person you played?
No, I didn't. The people who it was about actually weren't around, but it would have been cool to meet the person.
You want your water?
Yeah, I do want my water.
Oh, it's right there.
But it was really cool. We had a real bear on set.
Ooh.
It was pretty amazing. I love animals.
Was it a black bear or
it was a
a
grizzly bear, a
Jeez.
Kodiak grizzly bear.
Whoa.
Yeah, huge, crazy. Like I said, I love animals, so getting to work with a bear was pretty surreal. It was
I didn't know
very
you worked
cool.
with a bear.
Yeah,
That's sick.
Big real bear. And so I did that
That's
in
the
Utah.
one with Breck.
That's the one with Breck, and I did that in Utah a few weeks ago. And I think they're going to take it around film festivals next year, and then it'll probably get some streamer deal. But that's
Weird fun fact about me is I've been attacked by a bear.
What?
No way.
Yeah.
No
when I
way.
was 9 years old, I was attacked by a black bear in Sequoia National Park.
Oh my
And
god!
No
lived
way.
to tell the tale.
Wow.
So you got to tell the full story now.
So we were camping, and I remember my mom's friend, because it was two moms taking their kids to go camping, and she was cooking bacon, and someone was like, "Oh, look, a bear!" And the whole campsite's like, "Oh wow, there's a bear, cool." But I was 9. And also thought that I was Snow White and all animals love me.
Right.
And ran down to the bear to go
No.
pet it because whatever. So I went down, I put my hand on his head, and my hand, I remember it disappeared in his fur because they're really shaggy. And anyways, and then he went, reared up and swiped my legs out from underneath me. Sorry, Mike guy. Sorry. Reared up, swiped my legs out from underneath me. And then it was on, a bear attack.
Wow.
And I had to push him away from me. I was crawling backwards. All these campers came out with pots and pans, banging it.
Did he get you at all?
He got me. Yeah, I had some stuff on my legs. I mean, I'm here.
Wow.
I'm alive.
That's wild.
It
is super
It's
wild.
kind of f***ed up though, because the bear had a collar around its neck. It was a yellow collar, and apparently bears, because people don't follow the rules about like putting their food away or locking it up, and they try to feed the bears, or some dumbass tries to go and pet the bear.
That's what my film was about. That's how it progressed. The bears began to ultimately lose their fear of man.
Yeah.
By this.
So this bear had already been relocated, and it came back. So they were tracking it.
Wow.
And unfortunately, because of what I did, the bear had 3 strikes, you're out.
Right.
But yeah, it's really actually common, and it's more common than people think.
Yeah, bears are out here in Cali, and we're not in Cali, but
it was a black bear. I don't think I would have survived a grizzly.
No, they're way more
but
aggressive.
Your character did?
Yeah, my character survived actually, and lived to tell the tale. Exactly. But
did he have any handicaps from it, or
what's that?
Did he have any ailments from it?
No, my character didn't get the worst of it. It was just pretty traumatizing. It was definitely like the most dramatic film I've ever done. So it was really cool for me. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, that was a interesting segue.
Yeah.
And your film's coming out when?
Sometime next year. Yeah, they're still in post and finishing it up and stuff. But I actually did another film called Stay at Home back in LA right after that film, and it was a Screen Life movie. Like Unfriended, if you've ever seen that. It's like mostly like Zoom calls and FaceTime calls and security cameras, and it was a really interesting sort of new way to tell a story that's kind of becoming really popular, especially with the pandemic. We did a film, a Screen Life movie together a couple years ago, me and Bo, and it's kind of an easier way to kind of make a film with a little less budget, and the script was great though, and it's kind of a thriller and kind of based in the pandemic sort of reality, and
it's easier to get made, harder to finish. The film that he's talking about, actually, we've spent the last 2 years in post because we have to animate the whole thing. I actually produced that one, and
cool.
And we had to recreate a computer screen for the whole thing and cut together at times 8 different cameras at once because it's like a big Zoom call.
Yeah.
So it's a fun one. We're gonna be selling that one very soon, and hopefully we'll have an answer to when and where it'll be out within the next 6 months.
Yeah, either way, we'll keep you guys all posted and updated to when these films are coming out and where you can check them out. I also hear there's a musician in the mix here.
Yes.
What's going on with that?
Honestly, it's just I just love music, and I've always loved singing and playing my guitar, and
when I walked in, I saw one of you on the guitar.
We pulled out all the guitars over there.
Yeah.
There was some awesome
Those are my husband's guitars.
They're so sick. But yeah, after my show ended in 2018, I just started writing music, and at the end of 2019, I started a band.
What's it called?
Now my band is called Kid Baron.
Kid Baron?
Yeah, we've been Kid Baron for a couple of years.
Like you're barren from having children?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a double meaning.
Hopefully.
It's like
hopefully.
Yeah, it's spelled Baron.
Oh, Baron.
So it's kind of like a leader in a community.
Like Lord of the Flies?
Like Lord of the Flies, exactly. It's one of my favorite books. But it's
book.
also like a double meaning of like,
which they took out of the curriculum.
What?
That's stupid.
Did they? Yeah.
And I think To Kill a Mockingbird too.
Wow.
2 classics.
Yeah.
2 of my favorites.
Yeah, Kid Baron. So we have a few songs out. You can check us out on Spotify and
what's the
Apple
music like? What's the vibe?
It's like pop rock. Yeah, indie rock, pop rock, and we've been playing around LA for a couple years, and hopefully
so like the
we're
Whiskey, the Troubadour,
exactly. We sold out the Troubadour in July.
The Roxy. Is the Roxy still there?
Yeah,
he plays the Roxy in January, right?
Yeah, we headlined the Roxy in January.
Did you pre-sell those tickets?
Yeah, we're about to put them on sale, but we've basically just been playing around LA, kind of gearing up to hopefully go on tour soon and bring our show around the country. So
I used to manage rock bands in a past life. And because I'm from LA and grew up there, and we started, this was before the internet, but we would sell out, because you have to pre-sell tickets to play. It's like you have to pay to play.
Pay to play,
So we would sell tickets for these buses and provide Jello shots and alcohol, and it was part of like, we'll drive you, here's your ticket to the show, here's some drinks, and we'll drive you back home. But we used to do that. Those are
it's a good idea. Good way to get butts and seats.
My point is, you should do a party bus for all your friends. You max out, you sell your tickets.
Yeah, you hit your cap pretty easy with that.
Exactly.
And you can make a little extra dough.
Get Corey on it, buddy.
Yeah, we'll have to get Corey on that.
Shout out Corey Riskin.
So Kid Baron, that's huge. You have a show coming up?
So we
at the Roxy?
We're playing the Roxy, and we played the Roxy last year, but we opened. So now a year later, we're headlining.
Nice.
So it's pretty
Who's
cool.
opening for you?
This great guy, Max Bennett Kelly. You can look him up. He's got some great kind of pop punk music. We just met recently, and I was kind of a fan of his work, and we did a song together recently, and I asked him to open for the show. And we're also talking to this band Wilt right now. They're great. Female lead singer, great songs, and they're LA local as well. So probably Wilt, Max Bennett Kelly, and Kid Baron.
I love that. You guys are on like the ground level of up and coming bands, and that's so rare too, because everybody's either, you know, manufactured by a record label, or you're just pounding the ground and making it happen.
Yeah, we have to cut our teeth, really. I mean, it was really important to me that the whole band aspect, that we had a really strong live sound and live show. And, you know, when I started the band, we didn't hit a recording studio for over a year. You know, we just kind of just practiced and play. We did little backyard shows in 2021. And then 2022, we started doing, like, the club gigs, the Roxy's and the Viper Room, and ended up having our Troubadour headline this past summer, and saw a lot of growth over the past year, which has been really cool to see it kind of exponentially just blow up in front of our eyes, just our LA fan base. And so I'm excited to take it out of LA soon. So, well,
here's a very cool and beneficial segue for you, because we're here to talk about crypto as well. And so do you know what an NFT is?
Yes.
Okay.
In theory, I know a little bit about it.
They don't have a very good reputation at the moment.
I have a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
So.
They don't have a very good reputation at the moment, but we are all about showing and teaching everyone how to utilize these new technologies that everyone's talking about. I'm sure you've heard of Bitcoin.
Yes.
You've heard of Ethereum?
Yes.
Have you heard of Web3? Have you heard that term? Okay, and blockchain?
That's the one I don't know the least about, but I've
That's
heard
what they all are.
So, yeah, so that's okay.
Don't look at me like I'm, do you see? Oh my God. He's like, that's what they are. Like, dude.
So do you know what blockchain is?
No.
Okay, that's totally fine. Most people don't know.
Definitely leave that one in.
He looks at me, he's like, idiot. Like, God.
I love you, Jay. What can I say?
Someone's got to be the fall guy, right?
Yeah, it's definitely that guy.
Is that why he brought you?
Yeah,
I guess I'm the fall guy.
We switch off.
Oh, okay. You pass off the batons. So going back to NFTs, like there is a really cool way if you could teach, which what we do, teach people how to integrate Web3 technologies into their everyday lives and to make their lives better. For someone like you in a band, there are ways to, you know, put out a collection of NFTs for your band, and that NFT can be used as part of a fan club. And that, let's say that people who invested in your NFTs, that money you raise could be used to, you know, to write your next album, to plan your next tour, to give you funds to make your merch, to do all the things that you want to do as a band. But also too, it's a way of connecting people to an artist one-on-one, peer-to-peer. It's from you to me. It's not like me going to Live Nation or Ticketmaster or going to some fan club store and buying something. There's a really good, I think, bridge to artists, especially indie artists like yourselves, and to their community. And it's not just Instagram. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So with an NFT project, that's something I think you should look into. Putting out a collection of NFTs that is like their ticket, their pass into your fan club.
Right.
And with that fan club pass comes a bunch of perks and a bunch of cool, then maybe they're the ones that get the first copy of your new album.
Mm-hmm.
They get a ticket to a show. There's a lot of cool things that you could do with that.
That's cool.
And that's what Web3 is trying to do. They just haven't figured out a way to show people and to teach people how to use this technology.
Mm-hmm.
And let's take Bitcoin. You've heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do with Bitcoin?
I guess just spend it.
How would you spend it?
By
There's no wrong answer.
Getting the money from it.
How would you get the money from Bitcoin?
Cash out, baby.
Where would you cash out?
At the casino.
Exactly. And the answer is yes. Have you seen that guy who goes around and asks like really simple questions, and they like, what's 2 + 2? And they're like, 8. Yes. And he just keeps, how many hours are in a day? 20. Yes. But no, there's no wrong answer here. No one knows. It's difficult. There's not really a place other than doing your own research and finding out the hard way how to crypto.
Yeah, totally.
So that's why we're here. And that's why we're very interested in speaking to successful people like you who have celebrity, who have influence. What do you think of it? How would you use it? Are you interested in it? That type of thing.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely interested in it. But like you say, there's really no way to really understand without hours and hours of research. And when my friends do talk about it and talk about the benefits and whatever, it's clear that they've spent a lot of time
and you don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know
they're saying things that
about.
You're like, what?
Yeah.
What? Huh?
I'm not already myself.
What's a rug pull?
Exactly. Like, I'm not a math or numbers guy in general, technology too. Like, it's just all kind of lost on me. So something like this, when this started happening in 2020 or whatever it was, I was like, oh boy, like, this is not going to be my thing. But
you have FOMO.
But yeah, totally.
And you hear people like cashing out cash, and you're like, well, what? How did you do that?
I have FOMO from Doge. I really could have made a lot of money on that, and I
did you buy?
No, I had friends that wanted me to buy oh man, I did the math.
Doge was good.
I really missed on Doge.
Doge was good back in the day.
Another coin that just
I think it's cool at what you guys are doing, and I think that once there is more people like you guys really informing people how to use it practically, then I think it definitely could take off in even a bigger way when it's more accessible to people who aren't very privy to technology and those kinds of things in general. Like, even when my friends started getting like the stock market back in 2018 or whatever, when we all turned about 21,
when you got money,
22, we got some money. Yeah, everyone's.
When what are they called? Lewis accounts? What are those?
Yeah.
What are those accounts called that open up when Coogan accounts?
Yeah,
came
when we got
active.
our Coogan accounts. No, but like, Peyton Meyer and Nolan Bateman, all those guys were like, having a group text and like figuring out the stock market, and they wanted me to be a part of it, and I was just kind of like, I was hesitant.
So are you investing based on what someone tells you or your own research?
Yeah, so I have an investment guy, and it's actually a family friend. And so I have some of my cash with him, and he kind of does it for me.
Have you asked him about crypto?
We've talked about crypto. He doesn't do crypto. He does like the stock market.
None of them will. None of them will ever. So I got into crypto in about 2015, and I remember telling my financial manager, I said, I want to liquidate my stocks, and they were like, okay, well, what are you going to do with the funds? And I was like, I'm going to invest in crypto. And he was like, oh, no, that's a scam. He made me sign a piece of paper that, he does not advise this. This is just no. And so it's also really difficult to find industry professionals to even get an opinion about it, or finding an industry professional like your CPA or your financial manager that would even know how to do it themselves.
Right.
And that's kind of what we're finding out to be true is that even people in the financial industries, way up at the top, don't know.
Right, and they don't want to advise.
They've missed the boat, and they don't want to admit that they've also don't know and missed the boat because they were poo-pooing it, and that it would never go anywhere. And here we are about to get ready to go on a next bull cycle, which
how high is it going to go this time?
I think 500K
per coin.
Mm-hmm. Why?
What's
Do you
it
want to
at
know
right
why?
Why, and what's it at right now?
I think they're at 27,000. Someone fact check me on that because it changes. Bitcoin is cyclical, meaning every 4 years it has a cycle of growth and volatility. And why is that? Is Bitcoin is based on mining. Have you heard of mining?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Not really.
Okay. It's not people actually going into a mine and mining coins at all. It's really complicated, and I won't bore you with all the technical terms about it. Basically, it's confirming transactions and codes in a ledger, confirming the one before to create a hash. And it's a whole bunch of stuff I'm not going to get into.
No, I totally understand it.
But what happens is the rate of coins being able to be mined gets cut down in half every 4 years. And there are only 21 million Bitcoins ever created. There will never be any more than 21 million.
Why?
Why? Because the person who created...
Scarcity, like gold.
The person who created Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, only created 21 million.
That's a sick name.
Yeah.
Satoshi
Nakamoto.
He
is that his real name?
He would invent Bitcoin, this guy.
No one knows who he is.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
It's an alias.
Maybe he's like DJing at the Encore tonight.
Maybe. He was at Lavo, where I just was at, just living his best
Lavo
life.
sounded lit. Why didn't we catch the invite? I got FOMO about that.
I mean, you have to be post-menopause. Anyways, Bitcoin, the rate at which you can mine it, which is gets cut down in half. The last Bitcoin will be mined in 100 years based on this algorithm, based on the fact that it gets cut in half the amount you can mine. What does that do? That means it creates scarcity. It means that the volatility will settle. It means that the price ups and downs will start to even out. And every 4 years, it has evened out to a price. So we're at now 27 to 30,000. What the last cycle before that, it was at 3,000. And you see the growth in 4 years leveled out at 30,000. But at the height of the last bull run, I think we were up to 60K.
I think that's the number I heard too, and like as high as it ever went, right? 60K.
Yeah. And so we crypto people believe that this next cycle will moon because
it's gonna be exponential.
Yeah, well, because you won't be able to get you won't be able to mine as much anymore, and there's not as many to mine. And
more people are getting in, obviously, by the day.
No, right now we're at a low. We're at a stalemate.
Okay.
Because the government and the powers that be have they put a lot of. Have you heard of FUD? They FUD the market with fear and doubt, and sentiment.
I think I have heard people say that, but I think I thought that it was flood.
Oh yeah, it's flooding with FUD. Yeah, no, they FUD the news cycles and financial industries with poo-pooing crypto and that it's a scam and that it's this and that, but.
Obviously, it works for a lot of people. Like, I don't think it's a scam. I think it's just difficult to figure out. And my brother's super into it. I mean, he was into it like in the very beginning.
You're already into it and you don't know it.
Exactly.
When you Venmo someone, when you do an online transaction, when you pay for things in a credit card, it's ones and zeros in a ledger being moved around and then collateralizing those funds here and there and everywhere. That's what Bitcoin does, except it's on blockchain. And it's verified, it's transparent, it's hack proof. Your wallet, your keys is a saying in crypto. Let's say you didn't pay your taxes correctly. The government can go in and take your funds out. But if you're in your crypto wallet, no one can get into your crypto wallet.
So how many Bitcoins do you think have been lost to like people losing their USBs?
crazy amounts. There's
like
a guy.
So much. I know a couple people.
There's
that are
a
like,
guy
I lost like
who
2
threw
Bitcoin.
away a hard drive with somewhere around 30,000 bitcoins on it.
Oh my god!
And he has started this
Oh my
fund, and he's
God.
gone back to the trash site where that hard drive would have been thrown away.
Of course he did, yeah.
And they're literally going through
Yeah,
these
'cause
old
what's that worth?
dumps.
Do you find it?
He hasn't found it
Like,
yet.
this is happening now.
No, but people are
Oh
pay
my
for
God,
this
that
whole
just,
dig
like, makes me
process
sick.
to buy in for if they find
This
it.
actually reminds me of a conversation we were having a couple hours ago at the hotel. We were like, oh, we should just do it on our phones. And then we were like, oh, well, if our phones die, we might be messed up, you know?
Now you can check into the rooms without even checking into the rooms. You can like just do it from your phone.
But
At all MGM resorts, it's pretty sick. Like you don't even got to go to the front desk.
But it just reminds me because it makes life so much easier, right? Like with the crypto thing, but at the same time, like
What if someone
you lose
takes your
it,
phone?
yeah, if someone takes your phone,
Or your phone
you
dies.
lose your USB with your crypto, it's like so. You know, soon it'll just be like in our wrist, right?
Yeah,
You know? That'll be like the thing.
and
Elon's
AI.
working on it, bro.
Yeah, the Neuralink.
It's exciting but scary, and I think that's where a lot of people are fearful of crypto. It's scary to
Yeah.
think that the dollar isn't what we think the dollar is.
Sure.
It's scary to think that it's not backed by gold in Fort Knox, which it hasn't been for a very long time.
And there's also the whole concept of the reality of AI as well, which is people are telling me all the time that it's going to be scary and it's progressing so rapidly, and I'm already like get calls where it sounds like a certain person and it's actually not them, and it's like AI making them sound like a different, like it's so weird and like not cool on like an ethical level.
Or you guys are actors and a musician, someone could take your likeness and go just do a movie without you.
Yeah, it's like that Black Mirror episode.
Yes.
Joan is Awful.
Yeah.
Such a important piece of television, honestly, with what's happening in our world. It was actually so close to reality. I feel like that episode.
Oh, we're here.
Yeah, we've made it. And I think there's so much technology that we don't even know about yet, that they're kind of like holding back,
Yeah, that is 100% factual. What kind of technology do you think is out there?
I mean, well, just on a sort of surface level, I feel like with Apple and like with our phones and stuff, like there's always cooler stuff that they're just holding out for.
Like whenever there's
years.
a new, Apple 15 came out. Well, they already have 18. Why can't they just give us 18?
Exactly.
Like, why do we have to go through 16, 17?
Yeah. This guy lost his phone
Planned
recently.
obsolescence.
This guy lost his phone
That's
recently.
how they make their money.
And he had to get a new phone. We went to the Grove.
Yeah, I
and
just got it.
He got the new
It's all right.
15 or whatever.
Oh, you did?
It's all right.
And I was telling him,
Is it
They
different?
changed the charger again.
Oh, God.
It's to the USB-C now, so I'm like
Can't
getting
believe
all
they
the
did us like
Android
that again.
people.
Yeah.
I know, but it's
You're the
again
green guy in the group
it's planned
for the charger.
obsolescence. I mean, like it's a great business model. These capitalism. It's alive.
It's alive and well.
Oh yeah.
If you were to invest in crypto, which one do you think you guys are
actually
interested
have a little
in?
Bitcoin.
Oh, you do?
do.
Oh, so you're not a noob.
Bitcoin, ETH.
I'm a noob, but still.
ETH's a little bit more like you can do more with it, right? It's like why you'd have ETH.
For now, yes, but I believe that Bitcoin is going to explode as far as the price, and I think that I think that technology will be created to work and integrate with Bitcoin technology. And then Ethereum will always have its place, and Ethereum is a very important coin that does a lot of great things. But I do believe that developers are going to create a new UX, a new user experience for consumers to work on Bitcoin's chain.
Yeah, I think with Web3, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Web3, the idea of that is making this whole crypto place more accessible to the general public, right?
Yes, it needs to be simplified.
Right.
This FTX, do you know what the FTX?
Yes.
This FTX thing with Sam
No.
Bankman-Fried, this whole thing needs to go away, and people need to be held accountable, and to show that
This guy robbed so many people. It's
blockchain
wild.
technology is solid and
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
Every scam has been human. It's
Sure,
human
sure.
error when it doesn't.
Yeah.
That's
Error or intention.
It's intention. Well, in his case, yeah. I mean, I don't know which. Yeah, that's a whole big mess, and it hurt the crypto community because there was a lot of huge names involved in that project, and when it went down, it took down a lot of trust. So they need to build back trust. They need to simplify it, and then it needs to add value to our lives,
Yeah.
and they need to show how does it add value.
Yeah.
Why should we start using this?
Right. Yeah, as soon as it becomes like easier, I feel like, and people can see how to do it, I think it's going to be something that is what the world should kind of get. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to carry around stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want to have my ID on me.
Politics
and I feel like
happen.
We're there. Like, we should be able to not carry our IDs and our credit cards. Like, why are we still doing that? It's 2023. And this is the technology that I feel like it could be in our hands.
Or if I want to give you $100, I've already been taxed because I've worked for that 100, right? And I've paid my taxes. But if I give you money, now you're getting taxed on that, and then you use that money to go buy food. Well, you're getting taxed again on the food.
I saw a chick talking about this on TikTok about how the taxing just goes around and around. It's like,
so that's why the powers that be don't really want it to succeed, because I can give you $1 million right now within 5 minutes, and it's just between you and
I'll give you my wire.
You want me to give you no, it's not a wire. It would be your wallet address for Bitcoin.
Right.
You got one of those.
I'll set that up after the interview. Yeah.
You already have one if you got Bitcoin, bro.
Yeah, the MetaMask thing, right?
Yes, MetaMask is a digital wallet.
Yeah, I'm sure I got it somewhere.
Is that where you store your Bitcoin?
No, I see it on my banking app.
Don't share your number here. People are going to take your coin.
So your bank allowed you to hold Bitcoin?
Yeah, it's on my Bank of America.
That's cool. That's the financial institutions catching up. They obviously think it's worth something.
Or it's not. Or it might. You know what? It might be on my Cash App, but I'm not sure. It's either on my Bank of America app or my Cash App.
How did you buy it?
My brother kind of like helped me. Yeah. I wasn't just gonna go do it on my own. You kidding me? Yeah.
So you have Bitcoin. You don't know where it is. It's somewhere on your person's, and
I'm
lives
super
there.
into crypto, obviously. Yeah.
No, that's cool.
I got it somewhere.
At least you have it somewhere.
I got it somewhere.
What happens if you lose your phone?
Everything's backed up on the cloud, right?
Yes.
I just have too much trust in the world. I'm like, it'll be there.
That's why it's dangerous to keep all your passwords and shit on the cloud.
It always works out, though, for little Jay. Little Jay's the luckiest kid I know. Like, no joke. He just, like, you know,
is he
it's
in the
just
Lucky
dumb
movie?
luck. He should be if he isn't.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean if I'm not? You know I'm not.
Well, you're a lucky guy, Jay.
We recognize that a lot of people see crypto as a scam, but also you have to remember that the dollar is a scam. You have credit card fraud, you have check fraud, you have identity theft, you have at any time someone, like, have you ever noticed when you go to the gas station and use your credit card, all of a sudden you have like fraudulent charges on your Amex?
Sure.
They have these scanners that scan your credit card, and then next thing you know, they're $1,000 at Walmart, and you're like,
there's
what the
scams
hell?
everywhere in life. Everyone's looking.
Yeah,
to
and
It's just we know those scams because it's associated to the dollar.
Sure.
So there's risk and reward for all currencies, but we believe that blockchain technology is actually safer, and it allows for less human interaction of error, human.
Just awareness
fraud.
And experience, right? Like I feel like I have a pretty decent understanding of it, despite not, partaking at this point. But again, let politics be politics. Eventually, if the coin is what the coin is, it'll be what everyone says it'll be. It's a cool thing about it.
Like, you could raise money for your films by doing an NFT collection, and let's say those people that had the stills or something from the collection that you created, they were given the first copy and a ticket to the show and a ticket to a premiere. How many people would pay a good amount of money to go and have that experience and have that collector's item?
The question is then, are they paying for the NFT or are they paying for the experience?
You're getting them to pay for it all, but you're going to only award it to 5 lucky winners. You're only going to drop it to 5 NFT holders.
It's like a digital meet and greet, like all I'm sure how artists do meet and greets, and it's a good way to make money.
And then there's no middleman scalping your meet and greet tickets and then reselling them to your fans for an exorbitant amount of money. Right. So I think as technology gets easier and more integrated and people can understand it, then it will be, I think people will feel more comfortable in getting into this space.
Yeah.
And I think people like you talking about it, at least even, raising awareness, like what Sterling was saying, is big, because it's inevitable.
Yeah.
it's already
just a
here.
matter of time.
Yeah,
totally.
100%.
I'm excited to be able to use it easier for sure, because I think since the beginning, like I wasn't very skeptical of it. Like it seemed like the natural process of kind of our society, really. You know, going cashless. You know, we have credit cards. Oh, okay, well now it's on the phone. Now it's crypto. It's like it made sense, but there was just so many moving parts to it. It was overwhelming, and you know, a lot of us don't have the time to invest in it. So I'm excited for it to be.
And like, where would you go to learn?
Yeah, you have to do your own research, and like for me personally, it just wasn't something that I could commit the time to, or even have a good understanding of on a foundation level. But I am excited to use it when it becomes a little more user friendly in the future. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
100%.
Well, again, like I think it is very important for people like you guys who are young and influential and are leaders in your communities to talk about this technology and to raise awareness, because again, it's inevitable. And I think especially in this next cycle, you're going to be good. You already have some Bitcoin. Sterling needs to join the party.
I know. It's just I need to see the opportunity to win, and then I'll jump in.
Okay. Well, Bitcoin's 27,000 now, and if you knew today that it will be 500,000 next year going into 2025, would you buy some now?
I'd buy at least one. Yeah.
Exactly. So what are you waiting for?
Can you prove that to me?
No, but we'll have this on film.
I don't gamble.
We'll have this on film. We'll have this on record.
Vegas is not my town.
We'll have this on record, and if it happens, I'm going to send this to you and be
Please
like, remember
do.
when I...
Please do, and then this will be my Doge story 2.0.
Oh my God, 2 for 2. Or Ripple, XRP
this moment
is
right
huge.
now could be Doge 2.0.
Yeah. Okay, well, Ripple's less. It's way less. It's like 48 cents.
Oh, I'm into that.
Oh, you're into Ripple?
I'm into Ripple.
Oh, you're going to be good
48 cents, that sounds
just like the $5 roulette, baby.
He's Vegas vacation playing war for a penny.
We go, I go, we got to hit the roulette table. I go, I only have $5 cash, like just now.
I don't even know.
I put it down on the table. They go, $25 minimum.
We're like, I don't think there's $5 tables in the Aria, bro.
I don't think they let you play $5 anywhere.
You gotta go to New York for that.
That's all the cash I had. What can I say? Yeah, we gotta go to a shittier casino for $5 roulette.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys so much for being here today and for taking a chance to talking about crypto and what you don't know about it and what you want to know about it.
Thanks for all the insightful information.
Yeah, it's awesome that you guys are giving people an opportunity to learn. I think that's really its biggest hurdle.
We think it's critical for mass adoption.
Yeah,
100%.
Because everything's so easy these days with our phones. Like everything's just second nature, and I think it will eventually get there. So people want easy, man. Yeah. Convenience.
What are your socials so that our followers can connect with you?
Yeah, my handles are just my name, Jack Griffo, and my band's name, Kid Bear Music. Mine's just my name, Sterling Beaumon.
Cool. Well, we can't wait to check out your projects that you guys have in the pipeline and to prove Sterling wrong in the next bull cycle.
Please prove me wrong. Please do. I'll jump in.
Maybe I'll invest in 1 Bitcoin for you, and then if it hits, I'll be like, here's a fraction of what I told you to do.
I'll definitely pay fees on that.
And then I get producer credits on one of your films.
Let's talk after. We'll make that happen.
All right. Thank you guys again.
Thank you.
And I hope your stay in Vegas treats you well, and those $5 tables pay you.
Hey, let's go Knights. Let's go Golden Knights.
Go Knights. They're going to a game.